former New York mayor, the 105th mayor of New York, Ed Koch, is dead at 88 years old. He was mayor from a tumultuous 1978 to 1989, bringing in tight fiscal policies, laying a lot of the groundwork for what we saw with Mayor Giuliani, straightening out the 5 boroughs many years ago. Ed Koch, dead at 88. He was senator much in the same time, 1981 to 1999, and I can assure you, with a touch of clash, their wonderful Bloomberg radio program, and I know Senator D'Amato has been speaking with Bloomberg Radio this morning. We speak to him and to our global audience right now. Al D'Amato, needless to say, a very close friend of the mayor in these recent years. Senator D'Amato, good morning.
Morning. Morning. Very sad morning for us. I'm sure for the people at Bloomberg who knew Ed Koch, and for anybody who knew him, and for all New Yorkers. There was no one who loved and fought for the city of New York more than Ed Koch. He loved it. It was his life right down to the end. He was always talking about it.
And I know, Senator, I know that Mayor Koch is asked to be buried at Trinity Cemetery, so he'll never leave Manhattan. But what I find interesting here is some would suggest Al D'Amato was a liberal. Many are certain that Ed Koch was a liberal. And, there's this word now, progressive. Did Ed Koch ever run from the idea of being a liberal?
Eddie Koch would say, one of his favorite statements is, "I am a liberal with sanity." And Ed Koch wasn't afraid to support a conservative Republican if he thought that he or she was doing the job. It wasn't often outspoken supporter and friend of Congressman King. He admired the congressman for his stance in taking positions not only for the city of New York, as he did in this last battle,
Senator,
aid for Sandy.
I want you to speak, Senator, about the generational shift here. What can the younger generation of politicians learn from the door-to-door effort of Mayor Koch?
Never give up. He was in the tradition of the great Winston Churchill. Never give up. And he didn't. And he'd let you know exactly where he stood and why he stood for the things that he did. So that, and by the way, he's a man that gave great loyalty, but he never reduced loyalty to blind obedience. He had a favorite saying. He said to me, "Listen, Alfonse, if you agree with me on 8 out of 12 things, that's good.
Very good.
If you agree with me on 12 out of 12, you should see a psychiatrist."
Very good. That's perfect. Al D'Amato, thank you so much. The former senator from New York.